Welcome to Champions Network TV as we explore the London's biggest franchise show, Excel London. So we'll be going through some stands as we explore. This one is a jewelry stand. You can see some people. You can see people explaining franchise deals. This is a big franchise show in Britain happening here in London, Excel. Then you can see over there, there's some lecture section where different franchising companies are explaining what they do. When we get to where there is a lesson going on, I'll show it to you. Here you can see a lot of people getting some explanation. Sorry. So if your experience So,
Hi, my name is I don't know if my perceptions in the industry. It's just a question on the education. How do you address that?
How do you address that? Yes, very good. Thankfully, the Minister of Health and West Streeting announced in the last week, actually, there is a pathway for professional development for carers. Okay? There's still a problem with what the government's trying to do, because this was the last Conservative government were talking about that when I met Helen Weakley back in February last year. The problem is portability of training. Because if you want portability of training, you need accountability within the caregiver, and I believe a caregiver registration scheme is the right way to achieve that. So if caregivers carry a PIN, in the same way as nurses carry a PIN, their training and professional development will be portable with them. There will also be a consequence to not doing what you should do, because you might lose your PIN. Okay? But as an organisation, we're a pro-training organisation. It's really interesting. During the pandemic, there was a national care provider that made a lot of noise about the fact they'd gone to fully digital onboarding. We've got fully digital onboarding, Teams meeting interviews, digital training. I'm like, hang on a minute. So the person you're sending to go and meet that client you've never actually met, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with. Yeah? And there's another significant thing to think about. Okay, why is there high staff turnover in domiciliary care? Part of the reason is caregivers do not have a place of work. They go from home to client, back home again. Okay? Now, if they never come to the office, they don't touch the office, they don't belong to the office. If the only time they're brought into the office is because there's an issue, they have a negative association with that. So what we try to do is to create a positive association. After a caregiver's been with us for 6 months, we validate their car. Silly little thing, right? It's a reason to bring them into the office. We have a coffee or a cake, we have a catch up, they get a car wash. Okay? The training is all in classroom. So we've got a 15-module, 12-week training program which gets a caregiver from zero knowledge to full knowledge, delivered over that time in a classroom setting with physical training environment, which is better, good for relationship. But also, if you're going to do tracheostomy care, tube feeding, tube medication, complex lifting, that type of hoisting, you've got to get all skilled people to do that. So again, training environment is a really important part of it. I say training is good glue. Gets people stuck into the organisation. So it's a really good question. Time for one more, maybe. Sir, number three. Are we not? Go on. Let's let this chap have a question. Okay, I'll be quick. Go on. We go. Yeah. 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 What about that now? Perfect. Yeah. 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 Cool. Right. Great. So the question is, there used to be a cap on the cost of social care that didn't actually. It was in legislation. It never got enacted. Okay. Now, why that would have been useful is if you know how much your care is going to cost, you can insure that risk. We could have had later life care insurance if we'd done that. When they scrap it, it's an open-ended risk that no insurance company wants to do that because your care might cost 50 grand, it might cost 250 grand. Okay? What that has done has meant that there is ultimately more uncertainty about the cost of care, but from my perspective as a private provider, it just leans more into that. Because the reality is very, very, very few people qualify for the funding level at £23,700. So the reality is everybody over that is naturally a private payer anyway. Here's an interesting thing. There was an industry survey done January this year on the impact of Rachel Reed's decision on employers' national insurance contributions, which estimated that 30% of providers will withdraw from market. If 20% of the providers who do 70% local authority and 30% private withdraw from market, that puts 24,000 private payers back into market. You need to come to someone for care. So I think from my perspective as a private provider, it's tragic for society, but with respect to everybody in the room, it's not my job to fix society. It's my job to look after a caregiver, and if I look after that caregiver, they can look after the client. So I can only fix the problems I can fix. This great question. Thank you very much for that. I am now definitely out of time. Thank you very much for taking the time.
And this is part of the entertainment here, as you can see. How it,
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
We are just going around. We are going around the stands in the exhibition show.
You're talking about.
And then we're going to talk to you about the questions to ask the franchise. So they might think the franchise they want
Hello, how are you doing?
If you want to sign up, you can win. You can take this away for free.
All right, okay.
So
So what do you do?
we're a news outlet. So this is our website, Elite Franchise. We write articles about.
Oh, you write articles?
Yeah, we do. So it's like guidance, information, and support.
All right, okay.
And if you sign up, you take one of these ways for free. They're usually £12. Special show deal.
Okay, so I put my name there, right? My last name. So where are you based?
So we are based in Essex.
Essex, which part of Essex?
So we are Chelmsford.
Chelmsford?
Yeah, so.
We are close. That I'm in Dagenham.
Oh, nice. Yes, we've got headquarters there. But a lot of us we work everywhere. Like some in Canada, some in Derbyshire. But yeah, this is the whole magazine and the events.
So you write the magazine. For example, if I want my magazine written, can I come to you?
You can, yeah. So if you want an article published online or in print, you can connect with us on LinkedIn.
All right, on LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn. So Elite Business.
All right, okay, maybe. So apart from writing magazine, what else do you do?
Yeah, so we host events and classes. We're doing a talk right now, actually. My colleagues are doing a talk on the stage. We just help you grow and develop your journey in business.
All right.
Oh, no worries, sir, not necessary. We'll just contact you by email.
Oh, by email. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, that's fine. It's okay.
Oh, we are meeting again. No, I have got audience online.
Yeah. Oh,
Is there anything you want to tell them?
Oh, no, well, any business, any franchise, you've got to get on it. You know, it's going to help you grow and develop.
what she said.
All right. Thank you so much, and I'll take this one. Nice to meet you again. All right. Is there anything you want to tell for my audience online?
Yes, like and subscribe.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello. 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 How are you doing? I'm okay. I'm from Champion Network TV. and I am live online. If there anything you want to tell my audience, what you do? No. All right. Thank you. My audience. You can see some people there doing some things. How are you, sir? All right. I'm Taka. I'm from Champion Network TV, and I've got audience online. Is there anything you want to tell them about what you do?
Yeah, we're here with a few different businesses. We've got franchise consultancy business, we've got the UK's #1 franchise factory, and we've got the QFA, which is a franchise association. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're generally helping people franchise their business.
And how can they get hold of you? How can they get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with us by either taking a business card, or we can zap their barcode. They get what they're lending.
Uh, um, and you can get hold of him in Joel at franchise.uk.co.uk.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Then.
Okay.
There is a hive of activity here. People are explaining their businesses, customers, potential franchisees. Sorry.
Is there a reason why you're recording?
Yeah?
Is there a reason? Like,
I'm just getting some creating some content for the show.
okay, right.
Yeah. How are
They're
you?
not a friend.
Yeah?
They're not a friend. So,
I've got audience online. You want to tell them what you do?
sorry,
I've got audience online. You want to tell them what you do?
they're very specific, very small.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is a media house. They will be recording content.
You take the listen. You don't have to change. You know. You are worried about how the business is going to operate with other people. They're angels. You want to surround yourself with those people. If you don't care about people leaving, get rid of them today. You're doing them a favor as well. They don't want to be there either. Right? Let's surround ourselves with rock stars. Rock stars. I years ago met with a friend of mine, an appointment equity funds. So their whole thing is turning businesses from zero to multi-billions, and then every 7 years, selling them to private equity. So great, what do you do? What's so special about you guys? Well, like, what's the thing that's the same as like Google and Meta and all these guys have in common? Like, they're not all tech. They're all great people. They're all and they've got really great talent. They've acquired and retained great talent, which means they can move faster than nimble, they can go further. They're pretty lucky at that. It's super expensive. It means that for years you won't make much money, but then you will be left with a really valuable asset that builds on its own. That is super powerful. So really thinking about building a rockstar team, getting the right people on the bus, and getting the wrong people off the bus. This is my rockstar team. And it's taken me 5 years to put that together because you are constantly thinking about it. You're constantly thinking, how do I add value? You're thinking, how do I afford these people? And how do I keep them happy? How do I keep them engaged who really want to keep growing themselves? Most businesses will only go as far as a leader is willing to learn. Most leaders are confident for that business. So really thinking about leadership, thinking about I think if there's any management strength, any instruction, yeah, it's great. And any leadership training, same ones, right? Great. So, what most businesses lack, and I did, is that I can run a business great, but not so much business. No idea how to manage it. Not so much tools to do that. Never learned to do that. And all that. So, running a business, once you've got running, you've only been in person so you've done lots of person. You have got the right people around you. Then you need to manage them. That part of the problem side, that's funny because it's a moving part. So, I do lots of different things myself, and I'm happy for you to steal all day long. Franchising is all about rinsing piece of piece cooking. We do disc profiling. My team to think, okay, there's some people that I need to have a 6 minute conversation with over the weekend, what's going on, and all of that. And then I get into the action, I bring over this. There's other people that I say, my PA, for example, she's Heidi. So I can text her and say, great, speaking data question mark. She'll say, right, data for authority, right? Cool. So really it's getting the right people around you, understanding how to manage those people. They can look at different things. You can't just manage, it's like when you've got 2 kids, and I've got 3. And when I had my second child, I assumed that she would be exactly the same as my first child. She was completely different. I was shocked. I just people. And then we talked about leadership. My wife didn't like that when she was maternity. I was talking about leadership. As a customer, you